This segment is sponsored by the Prince George's County Health Department. It is promoting a program called Save a Life, which is aimed at spreading awareness about a Maryland law called the Good Samaritan Law. This law protects individuals from being prosecuted who call 911 when someone is experiencing an overdose from drugs or alcohol. And they will not violate a parole or probation status for calling 911 to report an overdose. So to dive deeper into this important topic, I'm joined by Dr. Otelia Hunter. She is the manager of Local Behavioral Health Authority in Prince George's County. So great to have you.
Thank you. Good morning.
It's always so important, I think, when we get to spread the word about the Good Samaritan Law. So I explained it a little bit, but in your words, what is the law?
Well, we know from studies that most people who die from an overdose were not alone. And so there was, the University of Maryland did a study, and they actually interviewed people who use drugs who admitted that they had left people to die because they were afraid of being arrested. So that's where this law becomes like really crucial. You can call 911. You can be on probation, you can be on parole. If it's for alcohol or drugs, you won't be prosecuted because you're saving a life. And I think most people don't know about this law. If they did, more lives would be saved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already in a state of panic and fear when something like that happens. And then, of course, you're in an altered state. But I mean, so easy just to call 911 and know that you're going to be okay, and hopefully that person will be too.
Absolutely. And what's interesting, and one of the studies, the gentleman that they talked to, or one of the participants that they talked to, stated he was so afraid. He knew that his friend was dying, and he called 911 and he left the building, but he stayed in a place where he could wait and see whether or not 911 showed up, hoping that his friend wouldn't die. But how many people would still be alive if everyone knew about this law? So the whole point of this, of being able to come here today, is to talk about this law. If you are with someone, even if you're using and they're using, or even in situations where minors are consuming alcohol, do not leave that person. Like, we don't want them to leave. We want them to call 911. You will not be prosecuted if you are saving a life. And so many folks don't know about that, but it's so important that they do, so that we one day won't have to have this conversation, right?
That would be nice. And you mentioned, you know, at first I'm thinking the adults, but you mentioned the minors. You know, I mean, there's high schoolers that are drinking and possibly doing drugs, college kids too. And I mean, when you kind of do this type of reach out, what response do you get when people realize that this is a possibility?
I think the most difficult thing, and something that's really important, and this is very dear to my heart, so many young people, you know, they're experimenting. You know, the gray matter hasn't filled in. They want to try alcohol, they want to try marijuana. And we have another push where we're telling everybody, you know, fentanyl, which is an opioid, is everything's laced with it. So even marijuana, you know, people who think they're taking oxys are taking fentanyl pill press, which are fentanyl pills, and they're at a dose that can kill them. And so for me, this is really important, because if you're with somebody and you guys are experimenting and something happens, please, please call 911. Like, save a life. Don't panic. Don't leave. Don't run. Call 911. I want their first reaction to be, I need to save my friend. Like, I need to save this person. I need to save this life. Not, I'm gonna get in trouble, so I'm gonna leave, right? And I know this. I mean, I have a young 24-year-old at home.
I've got two teenage girls at home. Yep.
So you know, when you think about it, could be your own child.
That's
you
scary.
know, it's really scary. And so being able to push this message, and it's Maryland's law, but there's several states that have this law. And so to be able to get the word out and say, please call 911. If you're drinking, you know, there's alcohol poisoning. If you're drinking and somebody drinks too much, call 911.
Save a life.
Please do not run. It's all about saving a life, and we really, really have to push this more than anything.
Let everybody you know around you about this, and thank you for coming on and talking about it and being so passionate about it as well. As Dr. Hunter mentioned, DC, Maryland, and Virginia have similar programs related to the Good Samaritan Law. For Maryland, call 301-856-9500 or email savealife@co.com. .pg.md.us to register for free training and a free intranasal naloxone kit, which reverses an opioid overdose and helps prevent death. We have those in our household. Now, anyone can get naloxone at Maryland pharmacies without a prescription. You can save a life. We'll be right back.